Hey everyone, welcome back to another controversial video. Now if you are someone who will not change their minds or even slightly try something new, I'm going to ask you to be nice to me in the comments. Now with that out of the way, as the title of this video suggests, being good as heavy has a direct correlation to being good as medic. However, before we can get into this, we need to discuss what makes a good heavy and what makes a good medic. So let's start off with my specialty, the heavy. Now, what makes up a skilled heavy is ability to aim, ability to work as a team, ability to survive, and having game sense. So let's explain what all that means. Let's start off with the ability to aim. As a heavy, if you have good survivability but can't output a lot of damage, you're kind of just a running meat shield. So obviously aim plays a pretty big role, as heavy can do a lot of damage rather easily, mind you. So by not having good aim, you're essentially giving up one of your specialties as a class. I'd like to go more in depth about how to improve your aim and more specifics on this topic, but we got the rest of the video to cover, so if you'd like to hear more about this, let me know in the comments below. Next up, working as a team. Heavy is one of the most teamwork-based classes in the game, but he can also carry a team in low play. However, if you're fighting a semi-competent team, heavy requires a lot of teamwork, whether that be from the engineer's teleport or the refreshing healing from a medic. Survivability is also crucial as a heavy. Not only do you hold your team together, but once you die, it's a long walk back to the fight, my friend. Not to mention, when you die, the other team's going to try and coordinate a push while you're down. So dying as a heavy is something that is best avoided. Now, game sense is one of the most important things to know in order to be good as heavy. Game sense is a very broad term, but basically, game sense covers map knowledge, positioning, predictability, team composition, situational awareness, class counters, kill/heal order, loadouts, and coordinating pushes and retreats. So I almost guarantee at some point I'll go in depth in game sense in a completely different video. But essentially, game sense is anything that you can learn, while the other topics are all improved from practice. So now we know what makes up a good heavy, but what makes up a good medic? Now, by no means am I an expert on this topic, but I do know what would theoretically make up a good medic. Ability to aim, crossbow, ability to work as a team, ability to survive, having game sense, good communications, and rollout knowledge. So if we cross-examine these two classes, we can see that both classes at their core share aiming, teamwork, survivability, and game sense. But as we see here, medic needs to have good communications and rollout knowledge. Now I know what some of you are saying, but Ryder, heavy is the main caller and competitive. Maybe so, but that doesn't mean medic can have bad communications. Think of all the time that soldiers and scouts try to kill your medic. If he has no way of letting you know that someone's trying to kill him, how can he be efficient? Thus the reason I put communications on medic rather than on heavy, because sure, heavy benefits from it, but it's not mandatory to be good as him. So if we look here, they share 4 out of 6 traits. But the similarities don't stop there. Not only do they require the same basic skill sets, but they are also both high value targets. If you see a heavy, you want him dead. Likewise with a medic. On top of that, they share the same class counters, snipers, spies, and demos. However, the argument can be made that scouts counter medic. But hey, medic is a healer. Obviously he won't be as strong as a big, giant, tanky Russian man. So besides having similar sets and counters, they also have a very strong meta in competitive play. Think about it. They both have their primary weapon that can be interchanged with 1 or 2 other weapons, they have a secondary that is so iconic it's almost a sin not to use it, and a melee weapon that people refuse to change. Finally, the thing that relates these two classes is their demand on a team. Say it as you will, but if you can have a heavy on your team, it will benefit you. Obviously, heavy is not as crucial as a medic, but heavy is still very important in 9v9 and casual. Medic is pretty much crucial in every single game mode, whereas heavy is only vital in some to most game modes. But they both contribute a lot to their team when they're on it. So all in all, heavy and medic are very similar, both playstyle wise and community wise. Now maybe this is just me, but it seems as though my skills that I have acquired from heavy translate over to medic. Obviously there's some major differences, like how the medic needs to survive through dodging, whereas the heavy is trying to survive off his large health pool. It's kind of one of those things that as a heavy, you know what you want to see from a medic, so when you play medic, you know what people want, and vice versa. By no means am I saying that one class is easier than the other, but that they are one of the same. So if you enjoy playing medic, give heavy a whirl, so that way you can see what you should do to help improve your medic game. But hey, maybe that's just my thinking. If you want to believe that medic is not at all similar to heavy, fine then. I'm just saying something that I have noticed in my own gameplay that may retain to yours. So I kind of just want to throw out this theory about how they might be similar. Tell me what you think about this in the comments below. I hope you have a swell day, and peace out.